Have you ever stopped to wonder what truly matters most in the later years of life? Is it more wealth, more success, or perhaps more possessions? Or is there something deeper, something simpler that brings lasting joy and fulfillment? If you've spent decades building your career, raising your family, and chasing life's milestones, you might be finding that these things no longer bring the same satisfaction they once did. The truth is, as we age, the pressure to do more can start to feel overwhelming, and the question of how to live well in our later years becomes more important than ever. In this video, I'm going to share with you one of the most crucial messages you need to hear at this stage of life. Doing less can actually help you achieve more joy, peace, and freedom. But it's not just about slowing down. It's about making intentional choices, shifting your focus, and finally letting go of the things that no longer serve you. By the end of this video, you'll understand why less work and more life could be the key to a fulfilling future. You'll discover how to reclaim your time, focus on what matters, and find happiness in the quiet moments that often go unnoticed. Whether you're approaching retirement or already living the retired life, you'll gain insights into how to live on your terms, free from the pressures of the past. This is a video you'll want to watch to the very end. I'll be sharing practical advice on how to spend your time more wisely, find joy in the simple pleasures, and most importantly, live authentically in your later years. If you're ready to embrace the freedom that comes with letting go and doing less, then this message is for you. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me. And if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now let's begin. Evaluating value, time over money. In the fast-paced, material-driven world we live in, it's so easy to fall into the trap of equating value with the numbers in our bank accounts. We work tirelessly, year after year, saving, investing, and planning for a future that feels so far away. Yet when that future arrives, when we reach those golden years of 60, 70, or 80, what really matters? What truly holds the most value? For much of our lives, we've been told that financial success is the ultimate goal. We've been conditioned to believe that the more we accumulate, the more fulfilled we will be. But as the years pass, something shifts. Suddenly, we find ourselves questioning, what is the real measure of value when time becomes our most precious resource? When you ask yourself this very question, I would bet that the answer isn't tied to your bank balance or the material things you've worked so hard to own. Instead, it may be found in something far more profound: the time you have left, the moments you can spend with your loved ones, the ability to savor life's simple pleasures, and the ability to simply be. Those quiet, fleeting moments, whether it's a shared laugh with friends, a walk in the park, or just sitting quietly with a partner, become more valuable than any paycheck or pension ever could. Now, don't get me wrong, money is important. It's essential for providing us with security, for ensuring that we can live without worrying about our basic needs. But after a certain point, when your needs are met, more zeros on your paycheck don't guarantee more happiness. They don't buy more time with your children or grandchildren. They don't bring you closer to the joy of a simple moment of peace. They won't help you taste the sweetness of being present in your own life. So I ask you to reflect. What are you doing with the precious time you have left? I urge you to consider the value of time as equal to, if not greater, than the value of money. Time once spent is gone forever. The seconds, the hours, the days, they are irreplaceable. Invest your time wisely, because no matter how much money you have, you can never buy back a single moment. Life is slipping through our fingers, and I believe it's time we start cherishing what matters. The moments, the connections, the experiences. Less work, more life. For so many of us, work has been the focal point of our lives, day in, day out, working toward a future that always seemed just out of reach. We were taught that success and happiness come from hard work, that you have to hustle, grind, and sacrifice to make it. But now, as we enter our later years, many of us are waking up to a powerful realization. More work doesn't necessarily mean more life. Sometimes it means less. When I reflect on this, it almost feels like a cruel joke. 4 years I worked, I hustled, I did what was expected. I pushed myself thinking that more effort, more ambition, more hours spent building my career would lead to fulfillment. But here I am now looking back and I see how much of life slipped away in the process. I can't help but feel a deep ache when I think of the time I could have spent on the things that matter. Maybe you've already retired, or maybe you're just beginning to think about stepping back from the daily grind. Either way, this is the perfect time to rethink what work means to you. You've earned the right to ask, what's important now? Work has been your center for so long, but life after work is an entirely new world, a world of freedom, of choices, of possibilities. What would you do with your days now if you weren't bound by the constraints of the office, the schedule, the constant pressure to be more? Do more. Ask yourself this. What commitments are draining you? What responsibilities no longer contribute to your happiness or your well-being? It's okay to let go of things that no longer serve you. Life is too short for obligations that make you feel empty. And what would you do more of if you had the freedom to choose? For some, it's taking that long-awaited walk in nature, picking up hobbies that were left behind, or simply reading a book without feeling guilty about it. For others, it might mean learning something new, traveling to places you've always dreamed of visiting, or spending more precious time with family. The beauty of this stage is that the choices are yours. You get to decide what fills your days. You've worked hard for this freedom. Now use it. Living on your terms. We live in a society that teaches us to always want more stuff, more commitments, more achievements. We're told that happiness is found in accumulation, whether that's possessions, accolades, or experiences. But what if the real answer isn't about adding more to our lives? What if it's about subtracting, simplifying, letting go? In the later years of life, we finally have the chance to see things. We have the space to ask ourselves which of these things, these habits, these obligations, are truly adding value to my life, and which are just chains that hold me in place, expectations I didn't choose but inherited. There's a tremendous sense of freedom in realizing that we don't have to do it all. We don't have to say yes to every request, to every favor, to every expectation. We don't have to fill our days with tasks, responsibilities, and the noise of the world. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment one below to let me know that you are still here with me. The beauty of this time is the ability to say no. No to the things that drain us, no to the things that don't bring us joy, no to anything that doesn't align with who we are at this moment in our lives. And when you say no to the things that don't matter, you open up room to say yes to life, to love, to the things that truly bring you happiness. Simplifying your life, shedding the unnecessary, and letting go of obligations that weigh you down gives you back the most precious gift of all, your time. With that time, you can focus on what truly makes you feel alive, on what brings you peace, and on what fills your heart with joy. As you move forward in life, I encourage you to take stock of your life, your time, and your commitments. Reevaluate what truly matters. Let go of the excess, embrace the simplicity, and live the life you've always dreamed of on your terms, because at the end of the day, it's not the things you own, but the moments you cherish that define your wealth. The joy of simple pleasures. As we journey through the years, we start to realize that the things that truly bring us joy are often the most simple, moments that are pure, quiet, and effortlessly beautiful. At this stage of life, it's no longer about grand celebrations or extravagant gifts. It's the feeling of being surrounded by loved ones, the warmth of a shared smile, the comfort of a quiet cup of coffee, or the gentle melody of birdsong in the early morning. These small joys, these precious moments, are what fill our hearts with a kind of peace that nothing else can match. And unlike material wealth, which can be fleeting and at times hollow, these moments don't cost a thing. They only require our presence. In a world that seems endlessly obsessed with more money, more things, more accolades, many of us are slowly realizing that less can often mean so much more. We no longer feel the pull to chase after success or status as we once did. As time goes on, we begin to crave less distraction, less noise, and less pressure. There is a profound beauty in simplicity, that can be so easily overlooked in youth. In the quieter moments we find solace and contentment. Perhaps we were too preoccupied with the hustle and bustle of life in our earlier years to notice these things, but now we see them. The beauty of a morning sunbeam, the laughter shared with friends, the way a soft breeze brushes against our skin. These are the things that matter most. What about you? What are those small yet deeply meaningful things that bring you joy? Is it a walk through the park, feeling the earth beneath your feet? Or is it a long chat with an old friend? One that feels like it erases the years of separation. Maybe it's simply an evening spent in the company of a good book, losing yourself in its pages, away from the world. Whatever it is, don't let it slip away unnoticed. Make time for it. These moments, often dismissed as inconsequential by a world obsessed with accumulation, are the ones that will stay with you long after the material things fade. These are the moments that will sustain you, offering the peace and fulfillment we all truly long for. Freedom from the opinions of others. One of the greatest gifts that time gives us is the ability to shed the weight of other people's opinions. As we age, we come to the powerful realization that what others think of us simply doesn't matter. When we're younger, we're so often caught up in the judgments and expectations of those around us, whether it's about how we look, the decisions we make, or the path we choose to walk. But with each passing year, we start to understand that these are just opinions, not truths. The world is filled with noise and voices that can try to tell us who we should be. But the most liberating thing we can do is to silence those voices and embrace the truth of who we are. In these later years, we finally give ourselves permission to stop apologizing for our choices and stop seeking validation. Our lives have been full of ups and downs, triumphs and struggles, and we've earned the right to live it exactly how we see fit. No one else has the right to dictate our happiness. It's time to embrace the freedom to live authentically, to wear what feels right, to follow our desires and to make decisions that align with who we are deep inside. The need for approval fades away as we grow older, and in its place, we find peace. Our own opinion, our self-respect becomes the one that matters most. And isn't that the kind of freedom we all long for? To simply be ourselves without fear or hesitation. The power of letting go. One of the hardest lessons that life teaches us as we age is the power of letting go. Letting go of control, of expectations, and especially of the future we once envisioned. For so many years, we dedicate ourselves to planning, preparing, and striving for a perfect future. We work hard, we save. We dream, hoping that one day everything will fall into place exactly as we imagine it. But the truth is, life rarely unfolds according to our plans, and that is okay. It's incredibly difficult to accept that we can't control everything. There are financial changes, health challenges, and unexpected turns that we simply cannot predict. But in this realization, there is a kind of release, a freedom that comes with embracing the unpredictable nature of life. When we stop holding so tightly to rigid expectations, we open ourselves to the beauty of the unknown. We allow ourselves to be surprised by life, to experience moments of joy and peace we may never have anticipated. By letting go, we free ourselves from the constant worry of what's to come and instead embrace the precious gift of the present. In this very moment, we can choose joy. What can I do today to make my life brighter? How can I make today meaningful despite what tomorrow might bring? These questions shift our focus from fear and anxiety to gratitude and possibility. Life isn't about waiting for the perfect moment or the ideal future. It's about living fully in the now with whatever we have. You've worked hard your entire life. You've faced challenges, sacrificed, and given your all. You've earned the right to experience peace, to be present, to enjoy each moment for what it is, not what it could have been. Letting go isn't about giving up. It's about releasing the need to control everything and allowing life to unfold with grace. Trust that you've done enough. Trust that you are enough. And now it's time to let go of the past and embrace the beauty of today. In the end, life isn't about how many things we acquire or how perfectly we control our future. It's about the people we love, the simple moments we cherish, and the inner peace we cultivate by living authentically and letting go of what no longer serves us. And when we look back, we'll see that these were the things that truly made our lives rich, far beyond what money or success could ever offer. Embracing gratitude. As we grow older, one of the most profound shifts we can make is to truly embrace gratitude. It's something that can radically transform the way we experience the world, especially in later years. As we age, it's all too easy to fall into the trap of focusing on what we've lost. The youth that slips away, the abilities that gradually fade, and sometimes even the people we once held dear. The weight of these losses can feel overwhelming. And there are days when it's hard not to mourn the things we can no longer do, the people who are no longer with us. But in the midst of all this, it's crucial to also recognize and cherish everything that we still have. Gratitude, however, isn't just some fleeting emotion we feel when things are going well. It is a practice, a conscious choice, a way of life that holds the power to shift our entire perspective. When we take a moment every day to reflect on what we're thankful for, no matter how small, it can completely reframe the way we see the world. It's about shifting our focus from what's missing to what's still here, right before our eyes. Maybe it's the soft glow of the morning sun spilling through your window, casting a golden light over everything it touches. Or perhaps it's the laughter of your grandchildren, their voices full of innocence and wonder filling your heart with warmth. It might even be something as simple as the sensation of a breeze brushing against your skin while you walk outside. These are the moments that often go unnoticed, but they are the very fabric of our lives. When we embrace them, even if only for a brief moment, we find a quiet joy that truly speaks to the soul. Yes, as we grow older, challenges inevitably arise. Health issues, loss, and even loneliness. There's no denying the difficulties that can come with aging. But gratitude doesn't ask us to ignore these struggles or pretend that everything is perfect. It simply invites us to acknowledge the beauty that still surrounds us despite the hardships. To choose to see the good, to focus on the simple things that give life meaning. It's about cultivating a happiness that's not dependent on circumstances or achievements, but instead rooted in the deep well of appreciation for what is right here, right now. Gratitude is transformative because it helps us remember life is still beautiful, still worth living even when it feels hard. The more we practice gratitude, the more we realize that happiness isn't something that just happens to us. It's something we choose, something we create by noticing, appreciating, and being present for the small miracles all around us. And that perhaps is the most important gift we can give ourselves as we age. Finding purpose in the everyday, rediscovering joy. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. As we reflect on our lives, especially after decades of hard work, raising families and chasing dreams, many of us arrive at a crossroads. We ask ourselves, what is my purpose now? Once purpose might have been tied to career ambitions, raising children, or achieving big milestones. But now, as time moves on and life changes, the search for purpose can seem more elusive. It feels like we should be doing something grand, something significant. But sometimes that pressure can leave us feeling empty. But here's the truth that took me a while to grasp. Purpose doesn't need to be found in huge accomplishments. It doesn't always require making a big splash. Purpose can be found in the quiet, beautiful moments of everyday life. The small, seemingly insignificant acts that, when seen through the lens of love and presence, hold infinite meaning. Purpose isn't something that's only for the young or those who are in the prime of their careers. It is a living, breathing part of us that evolves and shifts throughout our lives. It's found in the smiles we share, in the warmth of a hand held, in the way we still offer kindness even when the world feels harsh. It's in the simple acts of connection, being there for a friend when they need support, sharing wisdom with those who are just starting or just taking the time to listen to someone you care about. These actions, though small, ripple out and create a profound impact on the lives of others. They are in themselves a deep expression of purpose. Sometimes rediscovering purpose might mean revisiting old passions that once brought us joy. Perhaps it's the act of gardening where you can nurture life and find peace in the rhythm of planting and tending. Or maybe it's painting, letting your heart pour out through brushstrokes and color. For others, it's volunteering, lending a hand to those who need it most. Even taking care of a pet can bring a renewed sense of purpose. These seemingly simple activities, gardening, painting, volunteering, remind us that purpose doesn't need to be monumental to be meaningful. The truth is, purpose doesn't have to be something we chase down. It's already here in the choices we make every day, in the small but significant moments we create with those we love. Living with intention, being present in each moment, and staying true to what brings us peace and joy, that's where purpose lives. It's in the small actions, the quiet decisions, and the ability to find contentment in the now. So instead of feeling pressured to achieve more, maybe it's time we stop and take stock of all we've already done. We've built a life. We've nurtured relationships, contributed to our communities, and experienced a world full of wonder. Now perhaps our purpose is simply to be present, be grateful, and be content with the beautiful, imperfect, and meaningful life we've created. After all, purpose isn't about doing more. It's about being who you are right where you are and finding the beauty in that. As we come to the end of today's video, I hope these reflections on gratitude and purpose have resonated with you as much as they've resonated with me. Aging is a journey that's filled with challenges, yes, but also with incredible beauty and potential for growth. Embracing gratitude and finding purpose in the everyday are not just ideas. They are practices we can all bring into our lives, no matter where we are in our journey. So let's pause for a moment. What have you learned so far? Is there a new perspective that's shifted something in you? Maybe you've realized the power of small moments, or perhaps you've discovered that purpose is not about what we achieve, but about how we live each day with intention. I'd love to hear from you. Comment below and share one thing you've learned today and how you plan to bring it into practice in your own life. Let's inspire each other to embrace these beautiful truths. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support means the world, and together we can continue to grow and thrive at every stage of life. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.